I had just finished college and landed a job in New Orleans as a marketing director. I was so excited to finally be finished with school and get started on my new career in a city that I had visited a few times and grown to really love. I've been here for Mardi Gras and as a tourist, and for some reason, I just always felt at home here. I flew out to New Orleans and stayed at a hotel that week, looking for a place to rent so I could make my big move. After a few days of searching, I hadn't run across anything I really liked within my price range. Then, one early morning while I was sipping my coffee, I decided to look online for roommates wanted. I had originally hoped to find a place to live alone, but my options were limited. And then there it was, a posting for a roommate that read, "I'm a single female, looking for a female roommate. Must be clean, on time with shared bills, provide proof of income, no pets." Without hesitation, I responded to the post via phone. "You've reached Gina Dixon. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you." I left my message. "Hello, I'm calling about the room for rent. I'm a single female, I have a secure job, and I'm very tidy. Please call me back." I waited anxiously to hear back from her. Later that day, Gina called me back to set up a time to meet. I'd asked if she wanted to meet and talk at the bar in the hotel I was staying at. She replied that she didn't like that idea and mentioned there had been a double murder there not too long ago in the parking garage. That kind of creeped me out and made me think I should get out of the hotel sooner than later. We agreed to meet at a little bar on Bourbon Street. The night went great. I told her about my situation, all done with college, landed a new job here with a good income, and was starting this week. She seemed to be impressed. We had a couple more drinks and laughed as we were both engaged in conversation and people watching. I couldn't help but notice she had a tattoo on the inside of her wrist, just below her bracelet. "I love that bracelet," I told her, followed by, "Is that a tattoo?" "It is," she replied. "It's a memory of my first big investment, 329533. It's very symbolical, a means to an entrance." Then she said, "Well, if you're up for it, I'd love to show you the apartment. If you like it, you're more than welcome to move in tomorrow." We finished our drinks and she insisted on paying the tab. She ordered an Uber and to my surprise, we arrived at her building in about 10 minutes. As we got out, she pointed, waving left to right. "This is all assigned parking. The garage parking in the back is $10,000 a space. I own 2, and they're both empty. I've never really cared for parking garages, or cars for that matter." It was a well-secured and well-lit building. She unlocked the main door, and upon entering, she asked, "So what do you think?" I was in awe of the beautifully furnished lobby, with tenants conversing over drinks and enjoying the music being played by a man on the grand piano. It took me a moment to take it all in before I answered. "I love the paintings and all the woodwork." She pointed out the location of the mailboxes as she led me around the corner to the elevators. We stepped into the elevator and she tapped the button to go to the 10th floor. "The mirrors in here are amazing." Laughing as she responded, "Yeah, men seem to enjoy them too." I caught on to her sexual connotation and laughed as well, while also having a brief fantasy of my own possible encounter. When the elevator doors opened, she led me towards the apartment. We arrived at unit 1010 and she unlocked the door, stepped in, and turned on the lights. "So here it is," she said. "Do you like it?" "Do I like it? Oh my God, I love it." It was so open and clean, beautifully designed and decorated, with a sweet yet subtle intoxicating fragrance that immediately sparked motivation and inspiration within me. "Everything has recently been updated," Gina said. "Over here," she said, leading me further in. "Out of these 2 big windows, you can see the trolleys and all the people walking up and down Canal Street. Come on, here, let me show you to the room." She opened the door and turned on the lights. "What do you think?" she asked. "This is fantastic," I said. It was a large open bedroom. "Big, brand new bed, never been slept in," she told me. "And over here's your own private bathroom. And, save the best for last, your closet." She proceeded opening the double doors. "It's huge," I said excitedly. "I love all the shoe shelves, and these tall mirrors are very impressive." We then turned around, heading back to the living room. I didn't ask, but assumed her room was down at the other end of the hallway. I told her, "This is great, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get moved in. Can I write you a check now?" "Of course," Gina said. "Just don't forget to sign it." "Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Let me walk you to the elevator." The elevator doors shut, and all of the mirrors reflected a new chapter in my life. I caught an Uber back to my hotel and was looking forward to checking out the next morning. I was ready to get out of there. The double murder Gina brought up creeped me out. Plus, everyone working there was a bit strange. They all wanted to know what I did for a living and were always asking way too many questions. I did like Bianca, though. She was part of the housekeeping staff and a total sweetheart. Plus, I really loved her accent. She would give me restaurant recommendations and suggest historical sites for me to visit. The next morning, I checked out of the hotel. The door guy helped me load my luggage into the Uber, and I thanked him while handing him a tip. I arrived at Gina's place and she buzzed me in. I took the elevator up to the 10th floor to my new apartment. "Here are your keys," said Gina. "This bigger square key is for all the big doors to enter the building, and this one is to get into the apartment. The small one is for the mailbox. Well, make yourself at home. Unfortunately, I have to go. I have a flight to catch. I'll be back in a few days." "Oh, really?" I asked. "Where are you going?" "I'm going to New York to be interviewed about a diary that was found in this building when they were renovating it. It could be part of a documentary, so they tell me." "Oh, cool. Well, good luck," I said. "Be safe and have fun." "Thanks, hon. Oh, and by the way, if a woman named Laura ever buzzes the apartment, don't let her in. Never mind her. She is a bit of a nutcase. It's a long story. Anyway, I'm running late. Gotta go. See you soon. I'll call and check in when I can." And just like that, she was out the door and on her way. I have to say, it felt really weird unpacking my things, especially knowing I'd be here alone for the first night. Although it was very uplifting, and I was encouraged by the feeling of freedom. I quickly made myself at home, played some jazz on her stereo while unpacking, then took some time out to watch all the people walking on the street, wondering and fantasizing on where they could be going. She had an in-house phone line and an old-school answering machine, the type that would say, "I'm not in right now, leave a message," and you could hear the message being left. I found this a bit odd considering how updated the apartment was and knowing she had a cell phone to receive calls and voicemails. I took a hot shower and was trying to decide what to wear tomorrow. It was around 9 p.m. when out of nowhere, the phone started ringing. Then, message after message on her answering machine. At first it was just the normal, "Hey, this is so-and-so, you can call me back at..." It was kind of distracting, but I laid down for bed. I had finally passed out, only to be awoken by the phone ringing again, followed by Gina's voice. "Leave a message. Beep." The woman leaving the message sounded worried and said, "I'm not sure it's working. I did everything you said. My husband's in the hospital, but he's still alive. I thought you said everything would work and he would move on. Call me back." I was at a loss for words. In my mind, I thought, what the fuck does that mean? I laid awake contemplating the message for a while. As I was headed to the kitchen to get a bottle of water out of the refrigerator, still trying to gather my thoughts, I was startled by the phone ringing again. It was the same woman from before, but this time her voice sounded uplifted, somewhat excited. I'm just calling you back to let you know he passed. It worked. Thank you so much. As I listened, I was gazing out of the large windows at the people walking in the night. I was now at a total loss. I was still confused why people weren't calling her on her cell phone. I decided to open the windows to let some of the evening breeze in and to hear the late-night street sounds. The phone began to ring again, and then, leave a message. Beep. This is Lucille. I have the down payment and am now ready to move forward with the paint. Hope to hear from you soon. Confused yet exhausted, I went to my room, shut the door, and passed out. The next morning, while I was getting ready and excited to start my first day of work, wouldn't you know? Yep, phone ringing and leave a message. Beep. The fly is in the trap. Thanks for all your help. Oh, and my good friend Tammy should be calling you soon for some assistance. Thanks again. Shaking my head, I was still lost for words and puzzled as to what these messages could mean. It was time for work. I locked the door behind me, double-checking it was secure, and headed to the elevators. My first day at the new job went rather smooth. Admiring my new office, introduced to this person, that person, I was heading home before I knew it. On the way, I stopped off to pick up a few bottles of wine. I entered the apartment and threw my suit coat on the couch. There really wasn't much to eat. The cupboards were all empty. Just a half loaf of bread and a couple cans of tuna. And nothing but bottled water in the fridge. Oh yeah, and a grapefruit. I decided to make it a pizza night. While I was placing my order on my cell phone, the landline began ringing. Leave a message. Beep. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. A detective came by my work today asking questions about the death of my husband. This is Cindy. Please call me back. I have to say all these messages were becoming rather disturbing. I mean, I really don't know anything about Gina. So I finished placing my order and decided to do a little snooping. I walked down the hall towards her bedroom. As I was about to turn the doorknob, I was interrupted when the phone started ringing again. Leave a message. Beep. And then a loud, angry woman. We're all on to you. You think you can keep getting away with this shit, don't you? I was definitely scared now, and a glass of wine is just what I needed to take the edge off. I took a few sips before swirling my wine glass, then taking in the oaky scent of the Cabernet. The house phone rang again, this time only once. It was followed closely by the loud, annoying door buzzer. I thought, wow, that was quick, my pizza's already here? I walked over to push the button and said, yes, hello? It was a female's voice on the other end. I just want to talk. Can we talk? Come on, Gina, just let me in. These meds ain't working and these streets are fucking me over. I responded back to her. This isn't Gina. She's not home right now. You'll have to come back some other time. Well, fuck. This is her sister, Laura. Can you tell her she's not the only one being interviewed nowadays? Fuck it. Tell her to call me then. Yeah, sure. No problem. Her sister? I thought to myself. I didn't recall Gina saying Laura was her sister. Why would she leave that out? I poured a little more wine into my glass and my cell phone started ringing. I assumed it was the pizza place calling back to confirm my order, but it was Gina. I hesitated, not sure I wanted to answer, but I did. Hello, hi, it's me. How are you doing? How's everything going? Hi, it's going good. How are you? I said. Not so good. The interview has been canceled, so at this point, I'm just going to visit a few friends before I catch my flight back. How are you? I'm doing good. Your sister Laura stopped by. I was waiting for a response. There wasn't one. Are you there? I asked. Yeah, I'm here. You're kind of breaking up. She's not my sister. She's a nutcase. I really just need to get a restraining order on her. You didn't buzz her in, did you? No, but she wanted me to tell you she stopped by. I know it's none of my business, but I do have to tell you, you're getting quite a few messages on your answering machine. Shit about that. It's nothing. Me and my friends play this strange message game with each other. I forgot to bring that up to you. When I get back in town, I'll explain. It's rather funny. Anyway, I gotta let you go, hun. I'm pulling up to meet some friends, and I gotta pay the cab driver. Talk soon. Click. I didn't even get to respond. It was almost as if she had hung up on me. I really didn't know what to make of this so-called game her and her friends played. It didn't sit well with me. I drew a blank, my hand on my head, pacing with an empty wine glass. And, buzz, buzz, the door buzzer snapped me out of it. I was hoping that was my pizza, not Laura again. When I pushed the button. Hello? Yeah, you ordered a pizza? Oh, yeah, I'll be right down. While coming back up in the elevator, pizza box in hand, my reflection was expressing a hidden thought. Right or wrong, my decisive intent was to investigate further. I entered the apartment, locked the deadbolt behind me, tossed the pizza box onto the kitchen island, and headed down the hallway to Gina's bedroom. I turned the doorknob and walked in. It was definitely bigger than my room, that's for sure. Simple, clean, pretty straightforward, with that same scent I admired my first time here, had me taking a deep breath, feeling slightly in a trance. I exhaled, then started by going through her dresser drawers. Every other drawer was filled with bras, thongs, panties and stockings, and a few sex toys here and there. But I'm not one to judge. I kneeled down to look under her bed. Nothing. Back to my feet, I headed to her bathroom. A few brushes, a curling iron, and some hand soap out on the counter. Her cabinets didn't hold anything out of the ordinary. A few skincare products and some dental floss. The only place left to look was the closet. I pulled open the double doors, and just then, the house phone started ringing again. I rushed back to the living room, not wanting to miss the message, and leave a message. Beep. Hey, this is Lisa. I just wanted to let you know Layla is all secured. Feel free to log into the account and take a look when you get a chance. I apologize I wasn't able to make it out there to meet with you and Veronica. I will be free soon, though. I hope we can still make that Mardi Gras cruise. Talk to you soon. It was just another odd message that didn't make sense to me. I proceeded back to the closet. All of her designer clothes were folded and stacked or hanging nice and neat. Her collection of high heels were perfectly organized on the shelves, and next to them, tucked in the corner, was a chest. It caught my eye, an antique-looking chest with the key just waiting to be turned. I rotated the key, unlocking it, and opened the chest. What I saw next sent chills through my body. A layer of burlap rope figurines, dolls, voodoo dolls, books with unfamiliar writings, and small plastic packages filled with various colored powdered substances. Below that were a few cardboard cylinders, about 3 feet in length. I assumed they held posters or artwork of some sort. I popped off the plastic top and slid the papers out. I rolled them out onto the closet floor and realized they were blueprints. Upon closer inspection, I could see they were the layout of Gina's newly remodeled apartment. As I turned through the pages, they were pretty straightforward. Some marked plumbing, followed by electrical. I continued to flip through them and began to lose interest until I came upon a new page that looked different from the others. It contained a header reading, Main Focus, KYSB, Confidential. I was now intrigued and took a closer look. Closet, hidden door, stairway. I looked up to assess the layout of her closet and then back to the blueprints. From what I could see, it showed there was a door placed behind the shelves of heels marked center of 666. On the blueprint, it had dashes surrounding the center rack of the shelf. I stood up and walked to the wall of heels. I pulled on the center rack and it easily rolled out. I saw the keypad for the door that wasn't meant to be found. I took back to the blueprints to see if there was an access code somewhere among them. Nothing. I turned the page that read, "Finalized," along with several signatures signed in ink. It showed an elevator in the closet that led down 7 flights, then a hallway leading directly to the 2-story building right in front of ours. I was so intrigued and continued rifling through the chest, hoping to come across the code for the door so I could see what it led to. After going through the entire chest, I had no luck in finding the code. Then it dawned on me. Her tattoo. The bracelet. Closing my eyes, I recalled her voice. A memory. That's it. 329533. Running back to the door, I typed the numbers into the keypad, and to my surprise, it beeped, turned green, made a clicking noise, and then opened. I was in disbelief, my eyes wide seeing the elevator door. I stepped in, pressed the button, and the door shut. My mindset now of no regrets washed out any previous hesitation. There were no mirrors, just a jolt. The elevator door opened. It was a dimly lit hallway, 20 feet or so. The clicking of my heels on the painted concrete floor echoed loudly as I walked down the corridor, approaching the next door. No keypad, just a doorknob. I opened the door and stepped through, only to find myself back in Gina's closet. I was confused, feeling sick. My head was spinning as I stumbled out into Gina's bedroom, fell onto her bed, and passed out. I was awoken by a phone ringing. It was my cell phone. My eyes were struggling to open and focus in the dark room. I was so out of it I didn't answer. I let it go to voicemail. I opened the notification to listen to the message. "Hi, this is Gina, calling you back about the room for rent. The last applicant didn't meet the criteria, so it's still available if you're interested. We can meet tonight. Call me back."